What's up, AKAPADers? TGIF. We have another Rob Liefeld video, but this time I'm presenting something to you precious, something I spent years and years and years trying to see. Let's go. Welcome back, people. It's the daytime. It's Friday. Just came back from the office. Peter A. DeLuca here, aka Pad69. Say it with me. Known through Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the multiverse as the eclectic one. Are you people ready to go? I think you are. Get yourself some sippy sip. Alright. Rob Liefeld. We're not done talking about Rob Liefeld because I have so many other things to talk to all of you about Rob Liefeld. And look, Rob Liefeld, we love him, we hate him. He is controversial. He divides common sense, the opinion, distortion of his history. All of these things is Rob Liefeld. But guess what? The guy's rich. So when I was growing up, I remember hearing and reading about and seeing still shots in Hero Illustrated of the Youngblood cartoon. And you know, it's been a few years now. It's been circulating on YouTube. And for a little bit of a stretch, and I couldn't dig it up, there was almost like a high definition version of the Youngblood 3-minute animated promo demo short available with sound. And then it went away. I thought I had it backed up. I thought I had it in my archives. I did not. But I had the Hero Illustrated VHS rip, where they go into Rob Liefeld's Extreme Studios. He discusses the project, he pitches the project, and they show you at that point more of a presentation demo reel, more like a hype reel where it just says Youngblood and it flashes you the characters. So that's a sequence of animation that's not in the 3-minute promo short. Now, all of that I'm about to show you guys, and it was so much fun finding the sound of that demo and syncing it with the high-end footage, people, because it did take time. It took some calculation. I did my very best with it, but what I'm about to show you is going to be the Youngblood 3-minute animated promo that is as good, fun, and ready to go as anything you will ever see. And then it's going to hit that Hero Illustrated VHS rep where we get to talk to Rob Liefeld, we get shown around the Extreme Studios, and we get at that point another promo, and then we're going to just wrap it up. Okay, guys?
Youngblood team, stand by for drop. Go, Die Hard, Chapel, Vogue and Shaft, Bad Rock, Riptide and Sentinel.
Let's make some waves!
Well, gotta check those air brakes.
Troll, where are you going?
Take a bath!
Let's rock! Going down. Who asked you to help?
You're welcome.
Heads up! Die Hard, hurry up! Hey! Knock it off!
Hero and other great comics, call 800-321-HERO. Become part of the adventure.
Comics are what Extreme Studios are all about. With bestsellers like Youngblood leading the way, Rob Liefeld, as part of Image Comics, became a major force in comics last year. How did Liefeld work his way from X-Force to Extreme? Slowly but surely.
It's a studio that I began about 2.5 years ago because I was tired of working alone. I mean, comics for a lot of people is a lonely business. You just kind of wake up every day and it's either like your bedroom or your living room or a little studio that you have. I'd shared some studios in the past with like Jim Valentino. I shared a studio with him for about a year, like my second year in comics. And then when I broke off, right towards the end of X-Force, I was trying to do Youngblood and X-Force at the same time, and I'd never done that kind of a load, doing 2 monthly books. So I hired the first guy actually, Marat Michaels, who does Brigade, has been with me for years. He used to assist me. I draw my pages real small, tiny on the page, and have them blown up on the copy machine and then transferred, and then I do the finishes. So he was kind of that in-between step. He'd take my drawings and do the copying, blow it up on the copy machine, transfer it. So he was kind of an assistant to me, did some backgrounds. Then I hired Richard Horry. He's now doing some books for us. And it was kind of just us three. So I wanted to start my own studio and work with young talent. So just these people that I meet through conventions or through the mail. Jeff Matsuda's work came through the mail. Dan Frega actually stalked me for 2 years, and until I gave him a job. He ripped off my phone number from this convention. And suddenly I was getting calls at midnight from this guy who just wanted to talk about comic books. And I go, hey, who is this? He goes, this is Dan. I'm like, oh my gosh. Then he got my fax number. I mean, he had total access to me. I felt like I was being watched, And finally Marat goes, he's an okay kid. You should give him some work.
Hero TV. We'll be right back.
In the beginning, it was me looking for a lot of young, fresh talent, and I still look for a lot of young, fresh talent because I think it's exciting to take a guy from level A to to Z and watch his growth. Now, obviously, you can walk down, if you're a comic fan, because like I am, I walk down the halls and I go, oh, there's Dan Panoshi, he's right down the hall. Wow, I love his inking, There's Mark Pacell, and there's Art Taber, and there's Kiko Taganashi doing the killer colors. I mean, it's kind of the fan in me is definitely entertained by the whole, idea of Extreme as well. But I think we've really rounded it out. We've got a lot of young talent, we've got a lot of established talent, and we're just trying to entertain and do the best books we can.
Rob Liefeld has assembled one of the most talented teams of creators, inkers, and computer colorists in the comic book world. Creative, driving enthusiasm contributed to Rob's immediate but unexpected rapid success.
Yeah, I took some time off because things had just, I wasn't ready when Image started up. I think I actually thought that I could do X-Force and Youngblood monthly and then start a whole bunch of other books. And that crashed on me real fast, the reality of that situation. things didn't work out the way they should. I remember I was just really excited to be able to work with friends. I mean, the first issue of Youngblood, a good friend of mine helped me write it. A good friend of mine colored it. Jim Valentino's wife, Diane, who I'd known and liked her a lot, lettered it. And it was just kind of like I was just piecing together, friends to work with. And I think I learned that, wow, I can actually not just only work with friends, but work with people I've always wanted to work with, the Steve Olafs, the Digital Chameleons, and the opportunities were there, and I think I learned a lot from some of the other guys in Image and their approach. We all pretty much stopped doing what we did for Marvel one day, and the next day we were drawing for Image, and there was no setup time. And I think that right now what I'm doing is I'm taking some time off to structure things, and I think the books are reflecting that. I think right now I'm kind of, I'm in coach mode. I do my own stuff. I wake up every morning, I work for a few hours, and I'm getting my stuff done. I'm putting issues in the drawer. You haven't seen anything solicited with my name on it. I don't know when this is going to air, but for right now, it's been about 6 months. There hasn't been anything with my name as an artist. Because writing and stuff, that's different. That doesn't obviously tax the time the way the artwork does. But I probably won't have anything out till next summer.
With a new Youngblood book in the works for next summer, Extreme editor Eric Stevenson will have more characters and new titles.
Brigade there's a new character coming in the book called Roman, and he's like a undersea character. They're gonna do some stuff with him, and I don't want to tell the whole thing, but we're gonna reveal the origin of the characters Seahawk and Cold Snap in the book during the course of the story. We're going to be going into a crossover that we're going to have next year, and it's going to have all the books: Brigade, Bloodstrike, Supreme, Team Youngblood. All those books are going to cross over with one another, and they're all going to be joining together to fight a single villain who is going to be revealed in the pages of Team Youngblood, I think 6 or 7. And then he'll go over into Bloodstrike and Brigade, and then he'll have a big confrontation with Supreme, where something really big happens in that issue that I'm not going to say. And the whole thing spins off into this new title I was just telling you about. The book's called The New Man, and that issue will not have anything to do with the crossover, but it will spring out of that, and that'll sort of be the impetus for why we have that book.
Since its formation, Rob Liefeld's Extreme has enjoyed growth in new characters while increasing the industry's standard of art, but always keeping his sights on the cutting edge. Liefeld has elevated the process of computer coloring of comic books into a unique art form.
I think we've really rounded it out. We've got a lot of young talent, we've got a lot of established talent, and we're just trying to entertain and do the best books we can. Johns is another new inker that we've got working here at Extreme. Very talented. This is a page from Jeff Matsuda's work on the Troll. This is looking sweet. Byron colors. I'd say half the books that we do here at Extreme, we use a bunch of color artists. But here is before Byron, after Byron. Very cool, very cool.
In his quest for the ideal company, Rob is always looking for new talent. Extreme is taking the lead position among fans and industry.
We're in here alone, but yeah, so more pages on computer, and I guess that will end our tour of Extreme because everyone went to lunch, so we're out of here.
Now, back to more Hero TV. Following on the heels of Batman and the X-Men, Extreme Studios has announced that Youngblood will begin a new life as an animated television show next fall. In charge of bringing Shaft, Chappelle, and the rest of the Youngblood crew to life is a new animation company called Roustabout Productions. Hero spoke with Rob Liefeld about the new venture and the people behind the program.
The only animated show is set to air probably in the fall of, is this 93, 94? We don't have a network to announce yet, but if you were here like a week later, I can tell you where it was going to be. But it's with a new company called Roustabout Productions. They're a group of animators, collectively from Warner Brothers, from Universal, from Saban. These guys have worked on the Batman show, the X-Men show, the Animaniacs. They've worked on, everything. Between them, they have like 60, 70 years experience. These guys came into my office one day, and they just said, we'd like to pitch some stuff for Youngblood. I figured they were just going to tell me about their backgrounds, about their talents. They whip out this storyboard of Youngblood already finished. They whip out this like 8 finished cells, and I go, wow, I'm being worked here. I mean, because usually in the meetings I try and kind of be stone-faced and okay, I don't go for that, and not give away the emotional part of it. But I was like, oh my gosh, wow. And I was in talks with a couple other animated shows, and they were all suits. They were suits always talking to me. They'd come in their 3-piece suits, and they didn't really, they were pitching their company, but these guys were artists. I was talking to artists, and they're kind of doing the same thing in animation that we were doing in comic books, which is they're taking the power into their own hands and taking their destinies in their own hands. They're tired of, the light switch being turned off when the episode order is full. And the great thing about these guys is they're all comic book fans. They knew all about Youngblood. They knew about the characters, Image Comics, everything that we're doing, all the books that we do here at Extreme. And that afternoon they left. I got on the phone with the people who I needed to talk to, the agents and everyone who kind of helps me put this stuff together, and gave it a thumbs up, and we've been going straight forward ever since. We went, again, 2 networks are bidding for right now, and so we'll see what goes. But it should be a lot of fun, because these guys, again, they're all comic book fans, and they all, we can sit around and talk about, Jack Kirby, John Byrne, all the cool stuff that we liked as kids and what we want to do with the cartoon show. And the great thing about these guys is they're hungry. They don't want to go out and do something bad. Obviously on their first job, where no one's going to want to work with them, they've got to do, the highest quality that they can do. So it's exciting. I mean, because Youngblood was created for that kind of, animation, toys, that realm, I guess.
Now, seen for the first time anywhere are the original character sketches for Youngblood. To Hero for regular updates on this scorching new program.
AKAPADers, yes, I'm not joking. Everything you just saw, it was, I never thought I would see it. Thank God, again, love the internet. But, you would kind of sometimes at comic book conventions, someone would get wind that it was on a promo tape or an animated compilation. It was hard to track down, and you would buy some of these promo tapes and it just wouldn't be on it, and people would say it was. It was do you have the Rob Liefeld Youngblood 3-minute promo? They'll be like, yes, it was, here it is. And sometimes you would actually buy another rip of that Heroes Illustrated, and that's what people called the promo, but based on other still shots and conversations and things that you could piece together. And keep in mind too, this is all pre-internet days. You knew there was something bigger out there, and that's exactly what we just saw. But people, I mean, how can you not greenlight that Youngblood cartoon? How does that Youngblood cartoon not make it to airwaves? It goes to show you how tricky and weird of a business it really is. It just makes no sense. The stuff that we see in front of our eyeballs, sometimes it's a mystery how it even gets there, right? Because, I mean, come on, Street Sharks, full rollout. Extreme Dinosaurs, full rollout. Youngblood, no real push, no real rollout. Youngblood with a secure built-in audience, too. It is a goofy business. But, guys, I'm just happy to showcase and show off some of this stuff to you. So subscribe, support, leave a comment. We got more coming. And yes, more Rob Liefeld content is on its way. I love you.